Ladies and gentlemen, to announce the laureate in the category Pharmaceutical Product, please welcome Prix Galien USA Committee member, Professor Cato Laurencin, University Professor, and Albert and Vilde van Dusen Distinguished Endowed Professor, University of Connecticut.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dr. Cato T. Laurencin. I'm the Van Dusen Distinguished Professor of Orthopedic Surgery at the University of Connecticut. And I have the great fortune to provide a few important personal remarks for presenting the award. I've been up here a few times before, so I'm sort of used to this. But my daughter's here today, and she's sort of not used to this. So if I could ask you to be quiet just for about 4 or 5 minutes, I'd appreciate it. So I want to follow up on some of the messages I've given in the past. In fact, let me describe my messages for the last 2 years up here with you. For 2020, I said it's an honor for me to be here with you virtually, actually, for the 2020 Prix Galien USA. And what I said is that we're in a time of a pandemic on a pandemic. By that I meant COVID-19 and racism in America. In this time, it's my hope that our industry does everything that it can to address the two pandemics. Through new science and technology, we have the hope for a vaccine. New PPE technology, some developed it by us at the University of Connecticut, offers safer and more effective protections. But I believe our industry must also address the pandemic of racism with the same vigor and the same commitment as addressing the pandemic of COVID-19. I wrote and I said, it starts in my mind with embracing a new pathway for our society, one that I term the ideal path, which is inclusion, diversity, equity, anti-racism, and learning. It's only through our becoming a society committed to confronting racism that we will truly, in an ideal way, address the ever-present and pervasive pandemic. That's what I said in 2020. We had actually not had a vaccine yet. In 2021, I said we must use our times, talents, and treasures to help address the two major pandemics of our time, COVID-19 and racism. We know that the intersection of COVID-19 and racism, for instance, has expressed itself in the disproportionate numbers of blacks contracting and dying of COVID-19 at this time. The phenomenon has been called a pandemic on a pandemic in a paper that I published. We must redouble efforts to address the COVID-19 pandemic, but we must triple or quadruple our efforts at addressing racism, first and foremost, by practicing anti-racism if we hope to achieve racial justice, equity, and fairness. Now, fast forward to this year. President Biden stated in September of this year that the pandemic is over. To be fair, he stated that we still have a lot of work to do. I believe we not only have more work to do, but we must prepare for medical pandemics of the future. But what of the pandemic of racism? On May 14th, 2022, a mass shooting occurred in Buffalo, New York, at a Tops Friendly Market supermarket in the East Side neighborhood of Buffalo. The shooter chose the supermarket after he researched where he could find the maximum number of black people to kill. He was wearing body armor and a military helmet and a head-mounted camera, through which he live-streamed the attack and the murders. Who knows the name of the shooter? Who knows the name of the shooter? It's already been forgotten. It's already been forgotten. His name is Peyton Genron, and he was 18 years old. His name is Peyton Genron, and he's 18 years old. The truth is that we exist in a normalization of racism in America. The truth is we exist in a normalization of racism in America. We've actually gone so far to legislate against talking about racism in certain settings, reasoning that it may make whites feel sad or make whites feel uncomfortable. Make whites feel sad or uncomfortable. So I use this podium today to challenge this industry again. Even the people up top that are not listening to me, I use this podium again to challenge this industry to address the pandemic of racism with the same or greater sense of immediacy and urgency as we have the COVID pandemic. It's that important. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Let's move on to the best pharmaceutical product. Roll.
The nominees in the category Best Pharmaceutical Product are Rinvoq, treatment of rheumatoid arthritis, AbbVie. Lybalvi, treatment of schizophrenia and bipolar disorder, Alkermes Incorporated. Lumicras, KRAS gene-based NSCLC, Amgen. Lupkynis, an oral immunosuppressant for acute kidney disease, Aurinia Pharmaceuticals. Nurtec ODT, treatment of migraine, Biohaven Pharmaceuticals. Ayvakit, treatment of gastrointestinal stromal tumor, Blueprint Medicines. Gavreto, treatment of lung cancer, Blueprint Medicines. Kinlock, treatment of gastrointestinal stromal tumor, Deciphera Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. Elixir, treatment of migraine, Dr. Reddy's Laboratories Limited. Zokinvy, treatment of genetic diseases of premature aging in children and young adults, Eiger Biopharmaceuticals Incorporated. Olumiant, treatment of rheumatoid arthritis, Eli Lilly and Company. Roslitrek, treatment of metastatic non-small cell lung cancer, Genentech Incorporated. Veklury, for the treatment of coronavirus disease 2019, Gilead Sciences Incorporated. Hemazir, treatment of cholangiocarcinoma, Incyte. Jornay PM, treatment for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, Ironshore Pharmaceuticals. Rybrevant, an antibody-based treatment for gene-based NSCLC, Janssen. Expovio, treatment of multiple myeloma, Therapeutics Incorporated. Nextstellis, an oral medication used to prevent pregnancy, Maine Pharma. Vercuvo for oral use, treatment for cardiovascular and heart disease, Merck & Company Incorporated. Welireg for oral use, treatment for rare genetic Hippo-Lindau syndrome and linked cancers, Merck & Company Incorporated. Livmarli oral solution, treatment for rare genetic Alagille syndrome that causes liver and heart disease in children, Mirum Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. Myfembri, control of menstrual bleeding from uterine fibroids, Myovant Sciences Incorporated. Orgovix, treatment of advanced prostate cancer, Myovant Sciences Incorporated. Adakveo, treatment of vaso-occlusive crises, Novartis Pharmaceuticals Corporation. Piqray, treatment of breast cancer, Novartis Pharmaceuticals Corporation. Raftovi and Mektovi, treatment of metastatic melanoma, Pfizer Incorporated. Sabinco, treatment for atopic dermatitis in adults, Pfizer Incorporated. Tukysa, treatment of breast cancer, Seagen Incorporated. Asparlis, treatment of acute lymphoblastic leukemia, Servier Pharmaceuticals. Tibsovo, treatment for elderly adults with acute myeloid leukemia who cannot tolerate chemotherapy, Servier Pharmaceuticals. Apretude, an injectable to lower HIV/AIDS infection risk in adults and adolescents, ViiV Healthcare.
These are your pharmaceutical products that are finalists. Before announcing the winner, I'd like to introduce a really extraordinary medical student from Columbia Vagelos School of Medicine. I met her yesterday. She performed at the French consulate with the Prix Galien. I also learned that this person studied at Juilliard from the age of 10 and is a virtuoso in the violin, as she showed. So please welcome Erica Mitsui.
Good evening. It's a true honor to be here. My journey into science began while I was a violinist training professionally at Juilliard. I discovered how music could heal spiritually when I performed for patients. However, realizing that I wanted to be able to cure, I decided to transition to a career in medicine. Helping patients recover so that they can spend more time with loved ones and do the activities they value, helping them is my biggest motivation. In medical school, I became fascinated when appreciating the physiological differences in how patients respond to treatment. Finding the right medication and dosage for each patient is an art within the science of delivering personalized medicine that drives my curiosity. I am keen to develop this skill as I pursue a career in anesthesiology. Tonight, learning the advancements that drive science forward and have a profound impact on improving lives inspires me to follow in your footsteps for lifelong learning and discovery to improve patients' lives. Thank you, and congratulations to everyone here tonight.
Wonderful. She has incredible intelligence, incredible drive, incredible compassion. My only regret is I can't persuade her to become an orthopedic surgeon, but I'm still talking to her. All right, very good. Well, let's have the Prix Galien in the best product category. Can I have the envelope, please? So in the category of the best pharmaceutical product, the winner of the 2022 Prix Galien USA is Amgen. Marcus. Amgen from Marcus. Please come forward.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the ambassador of Amgen to accept the award.
Wow, what a night. It is such an honor to accept this prestigious award on behalf of Amgen Oncology for the impact that LUMAKRAS has had for patients. We are grateful to everyone, scientists, clinical investigators, and the patients who participated in the clinical trials, and especially all the Amgen staff who played a role in helping bring LUMAKRAS to patients with KRAS G12C non-small cell lung cancer. Before LUMAKRAS was approved, patients living with this mutation had limited treatment options. And after a 40-year quest by the entire scientific community, I am very proud to say that Amgen researchers were able to drug this elusive KRAS mutation. As we continue to advance the broadest and most comprehensive global clinical development program for patients with KRAS G12C mutation, it is our belief that no matter where a patient is on their treatment path and where they come from or who they are, we enable cancer patients to live better by advancing all angles of care. Thank you very much, and congratulations to everyone here.